Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Today's video we're talking about 3 traits that I think storytellers need. Traits that help you to become a better storyteller. Traits that help you think like a storyteller or help you to incorporate storytelling into your craft, whether it's photography, videography, whatever creative endeavor you're doing, social media content creation, or you're a YouTuber or a vlogger. You need to be able to tell an engaging story. You need to be able to hook your audience. You need to be able to tell stories and create content that resonates with people and that carries a message across. And so that's what this video is about. So let's dive straight in. These 3 things I'm going to talk about today are, first of all, caring about people, or empathic curiosity. In other words, to be a good storyteller, to be able to incorporate storytelling into your craft, you need to care about people. You need to pay fierce attention to people. Good storytellers, they pay fierce attention to people. They pay attention to the environment. They pay attention to the world around them. They pay attention to their community. They pay attention to their family. They pay attention to the issues of life, but particularly people. You know, you have to care about people. You have to be able to put yourself in their shoes. You have to care about what people want. You have to care about what people are afraid of. You have to care about what people need. And listening is a very good way to show that you care about people. And you have to be able to listen to the hidden meaning and not just the words. When people are talking to you, you need to be able to listen to the meaning of what they're saying. You need to be able to read between the lines and not just listen to the words. A good storyteller is also able to see other people's points of view. I think this is so key, so central to being a good storyteller, because if you can't put yourself in people's shoes, how will you tell their stories? If you're a vlogger or a YouTuber and you want to create videos about a particular topic, maybe in a certain part of the world, a certain community, you have to be able to see the issues in that community from their own point of view. If you want to tell the story about a girl who needs education, or you want to tell the story about a location you visited, maybe you went to Spain or Italy, you need to be able to see people and see their points of view, understand them, understand their language. So that's it about caring for people or caring about people. You have to be empathetic. You have to be empathic. You have to be curious about people. Now, the second trait is seeing the big picture. Good storytellers are able to see the big picture. They're able to have a big overview of a particular story or a particular issue. A good storyteller can say the main point or the key message in 1 or 2 sentences. So if you were telling a story about your trip to a certain place, you have to be able to have a big picture of that trip, like be able to say that what is the main point of this story, or what is the key message. Or if you want to tell the story about a community or a particular issue, a social need, whether you're telling the story through social media content, whether you're telling the story through photography, whether you're telling the story because of the business you're trying to set up, you have to be able to see the big picture or see the key message in 1 or 2 sentences. And then you have to be able to break down that big picture into different sections. What are the different sections, or what do I mean by breaking it down into different sections? You have to be able to understand the beginning, the middle, and the end. What's the start of the whole thing? What's the middle and what's the end? Or another way to put it is, what's the background of the issue? What's the context? Where is it happening? What village, what town, what city, what time, what people are involved? How many people are involved? Then you need to be able to talk about the problem. What is the problem that they're facing? Or if you're telling a story about your day, like a vlogger, you have to be able to give some background, let people know who you are first of all, and then the problem that you are encountering, and then what's the change or the outcome or the end point. Another way to put it is and, but, and therefore, or and, but, and so. I did a video about this on the channel. I'll put the link up here on the screen and down in the description. Basically, it's just to be able to break down your story into 3 parts. And it's talking about the context. And I woke up in the morning. I was planning to have a good day. I sat down to my table to work. But the but part could be a problem. But I started to feel hot. I started to sweat. I started to feel very uncomfortable. Therefore, I opened the windows to let some fresh air in. Or therefore, I took a break. Or so I decided to leave my desk and go and work in the library. That kind of structure. A good storyteller is able to identify the non-essentials. So in this big picture, in this whole thing, what is not really important and what is really important? There are some things that are probably not so important to include in your story because they just distract. It's the same thing with photo editing. I did a video about photo editing. I also put the link up here. If you're editing a photo, there are elements in that photo that may be distracting. You need to be able to remove them and take them out. And a good storyteller can summarize the take-home message or the outcome or the call to action very simply. So at the end of the day, what do you want people to take home? At the end of the day, what do you want people to do with your story? Do you want them to be involved in the issue that you talked about? Do you want them to make a donation? Do you want them to click subscribe? Do you want them to follow you? Do you want them to buy into your business? What's the key message? Why did you tell the story, basically? And the last thing that I think is very important to be able to tell good stories is to be able to love details. You need to learn how to be specific. I mean, have you ever picked up a novel and started reading and marveled at how detailed the author is? I remember picking up some books and the author is describing a cat that walked across the street, or how the rain is dropping on the floor, the sound of the rain, the smell of the flowers, the sound of the wind in the air. That level of detail sometimes is very important to telling a good story because it draws people in. And same thing if you're doing a video. A really good video doesn't just show the wide view. A good video story also narrows into the details. If you look at wedding photography or wedding videography, a good wedding video doesn't just show the location of the wedding and the people that attended. It narrows down into things like the rings that are going to be exchanged, the intricate embroidery on the wedding dress. All of those kind of details are very important. You need to be able to use clear, exact details and not vague words in your story, right? Be very specific about things. Don't just say the community, but say Aisha. Don't just say the people lacked water. Say the well is dry or the well is empty. A good storyteller can pick things that they want to see or they want to hear or count. So you should be able to see things, you should be able to hear things, you should be able to count things, specify numbers. Say 10 people, don't just say a group of people. Say one person, don't just say people. Try to be more specific and more detailed, and use examples that the audience knows from real life. So if you're telling a story about something, try to make it relatable. Try to pick particular experiences that people can relate to in your story, because details make stories stick in the memory. That's really the whole point. To tell a good story, a story that lingers in the memory, you have to be able to tell or give details, very, very specific details. That's basically it. 3 traits that help you to become a better storyteller. Number 1, you need to care about people. You need to be able to see the big picture and break it down into different sections. And you also need to be a lover of details, a lover of the specifics. Why all this noise about storytelling? Well, I believe stories can change the world. And I also believe that we need more storytellers, because storytellers are able to transform life's experiences into value, into valuable messages, into inspiration that helps the world to get better. You need to be able to tell stories if you're a creative, anybody who is into photography, filmmaking, graphic design, or even an entrepreneur, because it takes creativity to start a business, to grow an idea, and to offer value and start a business. This is not a new topic on this channel. I've spoken about storytelling. I have made several videos on storytelling. In fact, I have a playlist that is dedicated to storytelling. In case you're new here, my name is Shawn. On this channel, I like to make videos that inspire creators out there to be more, to do more, and to have more. Basically, maximize their potential. I make videos about everything from gear and technology that creatives use, and that includes cameras, software. I talk about skills like storytelling, editing, filmmaking. I talk about the mindset that you need to have installed up here to help you to just be on your A game. If that's the kind of content you like, I encourage you to don't leave without subscribing, and also do check out the other videos on the channel. I hope this video was helpful. I hope it made you think about your craft. Whether you're a photographer, filmmaker, vlogger, YouTuber, social media content creator, you can be more, do more, and have more if you learn how to tell better stories. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you in the next video. I'm signing out now.